There are very few unique works of this artist around the world. Surrounding them a mysterious story which dates back centuries. The world's leading experts value these exhibits incredibly highly. This is the Bogdan and Varvara Khanenko Museum of Arts. Previously, it used to be a private house. Now it is the national pride of Ukraine. Some of the most outstanding collections of foreign art are preserved here. In fact, its collection is the third biggest among former Soviet countries. It can compete with Russia's Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg and the Pushkin State Museum of Fine Arts in Moscow. The Ukrainian Museum is located in the heart of Kyiv. It is a museum known worldwide. Oil paint, a wooden canvas. At first glance, the scene is rather incomprehensible. Half-naked women and a man. This unique Rubens sketch decorates one of the walls of the Bogdan and Varvara Khanenko Museum of Arts.
Його типологічна назва – це моделло.
Modello is its typological name. It is a very detailed and almost completed sketch of a future composition. Rubens preferred to paint on wood.
Рубенс дуже любив писати їх саме на дереві.
Hidden within this small picture measuring at 28 by 37 centimeters, there's significant meaning. A small sketch with a long title, God of the Scheldt River, Cybele, and the Goddess of Antwerp. It takes a special place among Rubens' masterpieces.
Справа в тому, що якщо роздивитися цю композицію,
If one studies it carefully, one can recognize the heroes. God of the river Scheldt, on which the city Antwerp stands. His name is Scheldt. He is such a masculine divinity within a wreath of aquatic plants. A cornucopia lies on his knee.
ріг достатку.
A half-naked woman is next to Scheldt. She is Cybele, a goddess of fertility and fruits of the earth. A tiger lies beside her.
А між цими двома божествами стоїть жінка, у якій на голові
A woman who is wearing crown with jag stands between these two divinities. She is the goddess of the city Antwerp.
це богиня міста Антверпена.
The circle of grotto which outlines the borders of this composition brings together the company. It makes sense.
Це має зміст.
This masterpiece dates back to around the year 1612. But it's not just about the antiquity of the picture. This is not an ordinary sketch. It has a special sense and almost sacred purpose. Why did the author paint it? What role did it have in the city of Antwerp? What place does it take in the world of art? Peter Paul Rubens. He is one of the most notable artists of the Flemish Baroque art school. He was forced into exile during his early childhood due to increasing religious persecution. He glorified his native land in adulthood. His father was imprisoned for having an affair, but Peter Rubens was a favorite painter of all European rulers at that time. He was one of the most famous painters during his lifetime. He was loved by the monarchs in all European countries. Almost all the museums in the world display his paintings. This includes the Vienna Museum, the Munich Pinacoteca, and the Prado Museum in Madrid. There are many other museums with Rubens paintings in Europe and America.
Prado у Мадриді. І багато інших музеїв як Європи, так і Америки.
But not every of them has a picture similar to the one currently preserved at the Khanenko Museum. It has its own secret. Unlike many other works, it was painted with the heart.
Історично так склалося, що
Historically, it so happened that when Rubens was alive, the Netherlands was falling into the possession of the Spanish crown and into independent provinces. These two great parts of a once mighty country were at war with each other. For years before painting this sketch, there was a terrible siege of Antwerp city by Dutch troops.
до написання цього ескізу була страшна облога міста Антверпена голландськими військами.
The mouth of the Scheldt river, or the god of which was portrayed by the author, was blocked. Antwerp lost access to the sea, thus the opportunity to trade.
Місто Антверп
Antwerp city, previously one of the richest European cities, was reduced to poverty. It was a terrible time for Rubens and his contemporaries. Rubens was not only an artist. Isabel of Spain appointed him the advisor in 1621. His diplomatic achievements were recognized at the highest level. Rubens was one of those who tried to end the siege of the city by diplomatic means.
І врешті-решт вони домоглися свого. Облогу було знято.
They succeeded in the end. The siege was lifted and the city became a thriving center of commerce and art. Rubens probably created this painting in memory of those events. Now we are talking about this sketch in which the gods of fertility are giving their fruits to Antwerp.
Вони воліють надати свої дари місту Антверпену.
In 1873, young lawyer Bogdan Khanenko went from Moscow to St. Petersburg and visited the Hermitage.
Музей світового мистецтва.
A museum of world art. He came up with an idea to found a similar museum of world art in his native region. Khanenko collected works of world art. He examined them, got to know about other collectors and antique dealers. He read books in different European languages. Khanenko acquired knowledge, skills and experience to start to collect himself.
Набував знань, навичок та досвіду і міг потім вже колекціонувати твори мистецтва.
However, Khanenko is not just known for his knowledge. In 1874, he married Varvara Tereshchenko. The couple collected masterpieces of world art together. Paintings from the Netherlands, Flanders, and other Dutch masters were among them. Once Bogdan Khanenko found a Rubens painting.
Ця картина була ним придбана на аукціоні у Парижі.
He bought this painting at the Drouot auction in Paris in 1881. Before the auction, the painting was a part of collection of Baron de Bernonville, a well-known European collector.
Барона де Бернонвіль, відомого європейського колекціонера.
The art collection of the Khanenko family was caught up in the turbulent years of the 20th century. The museum had just recovered from revolutionary events when World War II began. The artistic masterpieces were immediately taken to the northern Russian city of Ufa. However, not all the exhibits could be saved and not all were returned. As a result, some lost paintings appeared in private collections or were even sold at auction. The sketch god of the Scheldt river, Cybele, and the goddess of Antwerp shared the same fate.
Не дивлячись на те, що разом з іншими багатьма творами та шедеврами
This painting was evacuated during World War II together with many other works and masterpieces in the collection. However, it was returned to the museum and now is displayed on a permanent basis. The hand of the great Flemish master. There are special prerequisites and deep meanings. The Rubens painting has incredible value for Ukraine.
Особливість цієї роботи в першу чергу є.
What is peculiar about this work is that it is the only painting by Rubens which is present in Ukrainian collections.
На території України.
Тому що мені відомо, що у деяких українських
I
музеях
know that in some Ukrainian museums which present world art in fine collections, there are pictures associated with Rubens. But none of them, to my knowledge, has documented works of the great masters. These pictures have something to do with his work, but none have a direct relationship to him like our Modello.
але не мають до нього такого безпосереднього відношення, як наше модело.
This work is unprecedented, not only for Ukraine. This painting from the Hanenko Museum is one of the first developments of Rubens' favorite theme, the union of earth and water.
Іншою картиною на цю тему
The union of earth and water painting is now presented in the Hermitage Museum.
яка зараз знаходиться в Ермітажі.
Яка створена майстернею Рубенса.
It was created in the workshop of Rubens, but not by himself. Some of the figures were painted by his students or workers.
Чи робітниками його майстерні, а не ним самим.
Therefore, the Hermitage Museum can't boast of works by the prominent Flemish artist Peter Paul Rubens. This work of art is very valuable because it is one of the few known modellos of the Rubens early period.
Творчості Рубенса.
Адже ми знаємо, що ескізи до своїх великих полотен
Rubens made the sketches for his great paintings, while his students finished some of the works.
розроблялись вже його учениками у майстерні.
А майстер лише вносив останні правки.
Only the master made the final touches. This work was created by his skillful hand. It is his greatest value, and that is what makes this work really unique.
Вартість цього ескізу є, за думкою
According to experts, the sketch is worth about $80 million.
доларів.
It is known that only 17 paintings were sold at international auctions for more than $80 million. One of the most expensive paintings in the world is considered to be The Massacre of the Innocents, painted by Rubens. It was sold at Sotheby's auction for almost $77 million. Famous auction house Christie's estimated its worth at a mere €5 million. Nobody knows how much the picture god of the Scheldt River, Cybele, and the goddess of Antwerp would be worth if it was sold now. But anyhow, it is not for sale and can only be admired in Ukraine, at the Bogdan and Varvara Hanenko Museum of Arts.